You mentioned training individually. So I I never had talked to you about this before when I was around
Mhm.
you, but did you do private training throughout your journey? I mean, you just mentioned it when you were getting ready for Cal Poly, but because
Mhm.
what's interesting is, right, like someone who loves being a forward, right, or maybe more natural, like to me, it's surprising to talk to players who don't spend time in front of the goal and spending time on manipulating the ball by bending it or curving it, or pretty much being in a situational type scenario of like how to strike the ball, depending on where you
Mhm.
are in the box and all that kind of stuff. But did you do like one-on-one training like throughout your growth?
Yeah, I would definitely say this is gonna sound silly, but during middle school, I did it like every weekend, every time I had free time. I
Okay.
don't remember the trainers' names. There was like too many to
Yeah.
remember. But once I hit high school, I just feel like we turned well, I was ECNL turned academy, and I just felt like all my time was being taken with just
Mm.
practicing and already being at the field and then trying to get good grades on top of that. So I feel like during school it was harder to do private training, but in the summers I took advantage of that. I don't think I had a coach during high school, but like I would go out with my sister who
Hmm.
also played soccer, and we would just help each other out, do 1v1s. I would go out with my fellow Eagles club mates, and we would go out and shooting and like do 1v1s during high school.
So speaking about your sister, so what's the age difference again?
I want to say 3 years. She was a
Okay.
senior and I was a freshman.
So you had an
Mhm.
opportunity to play with her in high school and college, correct?
Yes.
What
Mhm.
so what was that experience like being able to play with your sibling in high school?
Mhm. In high school, we played right next to each other, like
Oh wow.
the entire game. It was interesting because I always have looked up to her. We play completely different styles of soccer.
Hmm.
She's more technical, speedy. I'm more aggressive, fast, I'd say, or was. um, my parents always told us like you guys play completely different styles, but you guys are both great in your own ways. And I was nervous to play with her because I was like, maybe we won't mesh,
Mm.
and maybe we'll just start yelling at each other.
Hmm.
But honestly, we played to each other's strengths, I would say, in high school, and it was so much fun. I mean, I was so young. I was probably, what, 14, 15, and my stats from freshman year were the same as senior year. I had 11 goals. So I feel
Mm.
like she brought a lot of success for me. In terms of scoring goals, she was the assister, I was the scorer. But once we got to Cal Poly, we did not really play besides a couple games together, just because she had a head injury for her junior year,
Mm.
which really affected her brain, and like it was so tough for her to continue playing. But she tried her senior year. She didn't push it too hard to the point where it was you can't go back. But she played in a couple games. You could tell like it affected her play. But yeah, we didn't really play that much together, especially because I was outside back, and she was center mid still.
That's such a cool experience to have because I'm sure people have and will be in your shoes where they're going to be potentially playing with their sibling. And yeah, I think that was kind of
Hmm.
cool that you were like, I'm not so sure we're going to mesh together because of our style differences. What would
Yeah.
you what would you say was the reason why you guys were in such different contrasting styles? Was it just the development of like in different environments in terms of like, clubs and coaches, or was it like physically? Like, was your sister is she taller than you? I mean, I know you mentioned a little bit about her being a little bit quicker than
Hmm.
you.
Hmm. We're the same height.
Mm.
I guess she's 1 inch on me, but I'll say we're
Okay,
the same
okay,
height.
okay.
Honestly, I feel like it was the way we were raised playing soccer.
Mm,
I feel like she was always kind of like everyone wanted her to play like Messi, like short, quick bursts,
mm,
juke someone out, then pass it. Like she never wanted to hold onto the ball and be selfish. She wanted to give everyone else around her success.
okay.
I feel like I was the opposite. I feel like I was a little more selfish. Definitely held onto the ball more than I should have at times. But I feel like it was because my coaches were like, we want you to hold the ball. We want you to go score the goals. And that kind
Uh-huh.
of built me up and gave me confidence to be like, oh, okay, maybe I should be more aggressive going to goal. Maybe I should hold the ball a little bit longer.
Sure. No, I mean that's
Yeah.
yeah. That's awesome.